The guy helmet. What a beautiful device. And the powers when it comes to the Shakti and the universe and all beings, when it's understanding upon these beautiful H-field magnetic signals that are being connected and being attuned and being sent into the beautiful areas of the brain. When this stimulation occurs, one enters a state, one with the universe. These complex signals are deeper than understanding one and all. Through the information that beings speak, understand the truth that I shall speak. The complex signals are magnetic waves. Each magnetic wave carries frequencies. Each frequency carries information. The higher the microtesla of these magnetic fields, the more information. Information is the key. And Michael Persinger and all beings, Todd Murphy, Jeff Harvey, were all speaking in such ways to understand in such a way that this beautiful power, when stimulating the brain, the mind, and understanding how these extraterrestrials and how they operate, why is it that their crafts are so beautiful? Why do they give off such an energy where all people, no matter the person, no matter the kind, are looking up at the sky wondering, what gives this technology, this non-human origin of extraterrestrial craft and power to allow it to traverse at such speeds, allowing it to traverse to other dimensions? Power allows oneself to understand. So I shall describe that the field of the craft is a vril. Vril is the prana. The prana is the chi. The chi is the magnetic energy. What gives life to the universe and what gives life to everything? Knowing the brain itself is composed of a 7 Hz signal, and what it creates and what it's shaped and everything it's isolated as one being connected to the state. Why the trance? Why the power? Why the energy? Why the magnetic fields? Why the energy that keeps us sustained in a 3D physical paradigm? Why? What gives the energy all around that gives the 3D paradigm a continuous, energetic control of energy? What we call those towers. Each tower is understanding a pulse wave of energy that passes through your brain. These energies are being passed through your brain at a frequency that the being, the avatar, the brain, the whole central nervous system cannot tolerate these higher microwave signals. G, EMF, ER, any tower of all forms. They keep you in a 3D paradigm with the burst of the continuous energies passing through your brain. It's an antenna releasing magnetic signals, magnetic frequencies, information, and frequencies carry information. So the information being carried within a tower is frequencies of information that are keeping you inhibited from your own state of truth. The magnetic waves of the force of energy, that is the Schumann resonance, and those magnetic waves that encompass the electromagnetic field of the earth, continuously flowing. These towers inhibit and interfere with the waves, allowing only for your being to be in a awake state, a thinking state. When you tap into the Shakti, the God helmet, any form, is knowing that the power will stimulate your mind in such a way, but it's stimulating your central nervous system, your limbic system, all forms, creating that state of what we call DMT or melatonin arise. When melatonin arises in the mitochondria, the pineal gland, and the endocrine system, when they start working together with the melatonin being stimulated, increasing through that state of energy that's being sent through, it's that reverberations that are being pulsed through your energetic being, through your magnetic being, through your avatar, through your electromagnetic field, through these magnetic waves that are encompassing the electromagnetic earth. Through these energies that are pulsed through this power, one may connect, one may understand that even through a device as such as that may release complex signals that are being burst at the correct milliseconds. At each frequency, they burst at a specific pattern. A sine wave is a continuous frequency. That's music, that's audio. When you have music playing, that's a continuous sine wave. That is not complex. So when the burst and the complex waves that are burst out through this device at the specific pattern that each frequency resonates, every frequency burst and pulse at their own specific rate. Any reverberation sand plates may be used to play a specific frequency, and they burst the sand at the specific resonance to achieve that complex pattern within the sand, creating a sacred geometry. This device creates the exact same complex signals that Michael Persinger, Todd Murphy, and all the other people that worked with this technology, worked with this power, pickup coils that you may purchase online from any store. Understanding you may purchase this online from any store. When it comes to the great energy and power, when stimulating the temporal lobes and the angular gyrus, one may create a state where one is stimulating the specific regions, the sensory and the logical. And when you stimulate the right only hemisphere and stimulating the temporal and the angular gyrus at these specific states using the 40 hertz power within this device being sent at the specific microtesla needed and more, the specific complex signal that is achieved for any mystic state and experience, and stimulating the temporal and the angular gyrus is the specific mystic experience for OBE. So 40 hertz is the burst, the chirp, the burst X signal. And the Thomas wave is the 7 hertz, the 7.83 hertz signal. They try to complicate your own thought and programming to truly keep you in a 3D paradigm when you need to understand one, yourself, the light that is within you, the light that continues to shine within you, primordial energy that is sustaining your being. What is keeping you alive is primordial energy that is being sent through all realms, all dimensions. The quantum universe is all around you. Energy is everything, and nor energy shall be ever destroyed, because energy is forever existing as a one state of infinity. Forever understand that you are energy. And when you connect to energy, as such as the extraterrestrials did and more, they connected to energy. What energy is that? They connected to the magnetic energy. What lifts their crafts is magnetism. Magnetism pushes it up. It gravitates up through the magnetism, through the magnetic field being pushed because it's generating its own magnetic field. An antenna of energy that all copper energy, all coils, any wire that releases a flow of magnetism creates a magnetic field. And that magnetic field, when you achieve golden ratio within a craft and create it in a specified, created way, at the golden section, one may truly understand that one is creating an antenna to traverse to all dimensions. When it comes to understanding the power of energy, the power of these magnetic waves, the H field, and understanding the electrical neurons and the activity that are being stimulated through the picotesla magnetic field waves that are being sent through your brain every moment of every passing day, through that energy that is keeping you sustained with the thoughts and the reverberation at your resonantial thought and frequency. Whatever you think are the downloads that shall pass throughout your brain, pass throughout your avatar, pass throughout your central nervous system, being encompassed within an electromagnetic field we call Earth. You are grounded to a primordial state of energy. Everything is energy. All is energy. All is primordial. And through this portal of energy, understanding when you create it in a specified way, allowing for a negative, allowing for a counterclockwise, and for a positive, for a clockwise, for a pattern of energy and frequency, when playing at any specified pattern, whether that be 0.5, 2 hertz, 4 hertz, 7.83 hertz, 10 hertz, 12 hertz, 30 hertz, 40 hertz, 100 hertz, 111 hertz. The list of all the brainwave frequencies is understanding when you achieve a certain state, just like a monk achieves a certain state, they're achieving a certain brainwave state of frequency that they're achieving when the EEG reading is recording their brain. And the monk is going in such a deep state, closing their eyes and going within, just closing their eyes and just entering that darkness behind the eyelids and just entering that state. No matter one focuses on their breath or focuses on anything, one just focuses on the darkness that one enters when closing their eyelids and focusing above just about an inch or two, allowing for that energy to then arise, where one is then entering deeper and deeper and deeper, where then the brain waves, the brain itself is going into a deeper state where the EEG reading is recording this person is entering the Schumann resonance. They're entering a 7 hertz pattern. Their brain is creating a complex pattern of burst signals at the 7 hertz pattern, at the 7 hertz resonance, allowing for them to achieve this state. They are connecting to a deep state by closing, entering, and entering a deep oneness with what they know and more, that is the universe. Extraterrestrials are connected to the universe, and why they do not interfere and why their crafts are so advanced and interstellar is because of the magnetic field. If you achieve the power of magnetism and surpass the energy and understand it quantumly and understand how that energy then fluctuates, you may then create a field that rotates counterclockwise, clockwise. Then that speed of energy then allows for a magnetic resonance of a field then generates of a craft then being an antenna, that you step into that antenna, you are the antenna, and then you operate that craft via thoughts. You are the power, you are the being. Understand this primordial power. This Shakti helmet, this God helmet may be created by any being. By understanding yourself, achieve immortality. By understanding these extraterrestrials achieve immortality by being encompassed within what's a magnetic psychoactive field. H is a psychoactive component, and all beings, no matter what spells, words, nothing, everything within you, understand that you are magnetic. And when you connect to this magnetic field, the Schumann resonance, you become one and you see, channel, contact, and become one with all these different mystic experiences that all these beings are recreating and creating through resonance of connecting through a frequency that what the frequency does and more is stimulates a certain state within your brain, allowing for certain parts of information within that specific frequency to be entered into your brain, into your limbic, into your central nervous system, into your whole avatar. And once that power flows, one enters a state where one's mind, one's consciousness becomes clear from the ER waves that are penetrating your brain. Because then when one connects to this energy, one's brain, one's avatar, one's auric field starts generating a psychoactive field, a magnetic field that is so energetically potent that the energy of these ER burst towers cannot penetrate your auric field. They can't penetrate your state of thought. They can't penetrate your state of thinking. They can't make you do anything. You become one with the universe. You become one with the states. And then you create your own craft and understand how to build it like any person and more. Understand all these technologies. The Wilhelm Reich accumulator, the ELF generator, the beautiful temples and pyramids that generate that same energy of healing, same energy that all beings are trying to achieve when they enter into a temple, a deep state of oneness with the universe. When you achieve resonance with connecting with any powerful technology of psychoactive resonance that connects to your being, you enter into a pure state of consciousness where you make contact, channel any divine mystic experience. Is through your consciousness, your resonance, your state of thought. Extraterrestrial beings are in a higher state of thought than you. Why? They don't intervene. They don't care. They only understand love. Love is the key to everything. And when you understand love and truth, you understand the primordial energies of this magnetic field. Why is it so potent? Why does this human resonance continue to flow? Why does it give us the sustaining, living being that we are and more? If this human resonance stopped within the earth completely, that would stop the heartbeat within you. Completely resonance. Frequencies that are generating continuously. Everything's a vortex, and that continuous vortex creates you, no matter who you are. Vortex of energy is spiraling into your temple, creating thoughts. Where are these thoughts, these ideas coming from? Oh, from a higher dimension or higher frequency or higher state of being. When you are in a state, what? Channeling a brain wave frequency, whether that be delta, theta, alpha, lambda. One connects to these deep theta states to connect to the universe, to become one with the higher realms, one with the extraterrestrials, create CE5, all forms of contact, all forms of channeling, all through understanding that frequency is information. And through frequency, when burst at the correct rates, knowing that all powers, whether that's through headphones, listening through music, reverberations of frequencies of all forms, it's all entering into the thalamus, into the avatar, into the limbic, into the central nervous system. What happens when this central nervous system gets attuned to these energies, these frequencies? You enter into a brainwave state, whether that be theta, delta, alpha. When you enter into these deep states,